All right, gather around, you beautiful degenerates. Today we're talking about something that's going to make half of you shit your pants and the other half finally understand why your portfolio looks like it got hit by a damn meteorite. We're diving into the no stop loss averaging strategy. Yeah, you heard that right. No. Stop? Loss? I can already hear some of you screaming at your screens. But my trading guru said stop losses are sacred? He said they're like seatbelts. Well, your trading guru also probably has a Lamborghini in his thumbnail that he rented for 2 hours, so maybe sit down and listen for once. The brutal truth about stop losses. Here's the thing nobody wants to tell you. Stop losses can be the financial equivalent of selling your house because the toilet broke. Sometimes, the smartest thing you can do is absolutely nothing while watching your account drop 50%. I know. That sounds batshit insane. But stick with me here because I'm about to explain how to survive drawdowns that would make most traders cry into their protein shakes. Let me paint you a picture. You're in a good position. You set your stop loss at 5% because some YouTube guy with perfect teeth told you to always protect your capital. The market dips 5.1%. Your stop triggers, you're out. Then what happens? The goddamn thing reverses and goes up 30% without you. Congratulations, you just played yourself. This happens all the time. Why? Because the market is specifically designed to fuck with people who think they're being smart. Market makers can see where your stops are clustered. They hunt them like a cat playing with a mouse. They push the price down just enough to trigger all those stops, collect everyone's shares at a discount, then pump it back up. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's literally how the game works. And you keep falling for it like it's your first day on Earth. Enter the averaging strategy. So here's the alternative that sounds absolutely mental, but actually works if, and this is critical, if you do it right. Instead of setting stop losses, you set buy points going down. The market drops 10%, you buy more. It drops another 10%, you buy even more. Wait, you're telling me to buy when it's going down? That's catching a falling knife. Yes, Susan. That's exactly what I'm telling you. But here's the difference. You're not catching a falling knife. You're building a fucking ladder while everyone else is running around screaming. This strategy works on one fundamental truth. If you're investing in quality assets, and I swear to God, if you're doing this with some shitcoin called Elon cum rocket, I will personally find you. The price will recover. Maybe not today, maybe not next month, but it will recover. The rules. Because you need rules, you animals. Listen up, because this is where most people screw themselves harder than a contractor without a written contract. Rule number 1. You need a plan before you start. Not a vibe, not a feeling. A goddamn plan with numbers and percentages written down. Decide right now. At what intervals will you buy? Every 10% down? Every 15%? Pick a number and stick to it like your ex sticks to telling everyone you were the problem. Rule number 2. You need cash reserves. This is not a strategy for people who are already all in. If you've already YOLO'd your entire account into one position, you can't average down. You're just screwed. Sorry. You need to keep at least 50 to 60% of your planned position in cash. Yeah, I said it. More than half in cash. I know that sounds boring. I know you want to be all in because time in the market beats timing the market. But guess what? This is your time in the market. You're just being smart about when you enter. Rule number 3. This only works with quality assets. I'm talking about established companies, major indices, crypto with actual use cases, not your cousin's NFT project or whatever pump and dump landed in your inbox this morning. If the underlying asset is trash, averaging down is just like adding more water to a sinking boat. You're not solving the problem, you're accelerating your demise. Rule number 4. You need to be emotionally dead inside. Seriously. If you're the type who checks your portfolio every 5 minutes and has a panic attack when you see red, this strategy will destroy you mentally before it can save you financially. Surviving the 50% drawdown. Now let's talk about the big one. The 50% drawdown. The portfolio apocalypse. The moment when your account looks like it got mugged in an alley. Here's what happens to most traders. They see minus 50%, they panic, they sell everything, they lock in their losses, and then they watch from the sidelines as it recovers without them. Then they buy back in at the top like the geniuses they are. But you're going to be different. You're going to understand that a 50% drawdown on a quality asset is not a disaster. It's a clearance sale. Think about it like this. If your favorite store had a 50% off sale, you'd be trampling people to get through the door. But when stocks go on sale, everyone runs away. Make it make sense. The psychology game. The hardest part isn't the strategy, it's your stupid brain working against you. Your brain is designed to keep you alive in the wilderness, not to make you rich in financial markets. When things drop, your brain screams, danger, escape, sell everything. That's the same part of your brain that would tell you to run from a tiger. But there's no tiger here. There's just numbers on a screen. You need to reprogram that shit. How? First, stop looking at your portfolio every damn day. Seriously, close the app. If you're averaging down with a plan, checking daily is like checking if your tree has grown every hour. It's not helpful, it's just going to stress you out. Second, zoom out on the charts. Look at the 5-year view, the 10-year view. Suddenly, that 50% drop looks like a tiny blip in an overall upward trajectory. Context is everything. The math that saves you. Here's where it gets beautiful. Let's say you buy stock XYZ at $100. It drops to $50. That's a 50% loss. Ouch. But if you average down, bought more at $80, $60, and $40, your average cost is now way below that initial $100. Maybe it's $70. Now when the stock recovers to just $80, you're already in profit. You don't need it to get back to $100 to break even. This is the magic of averaging. You're lowering your cost basis with each purchase, which means you need less of a recovery to win. But here's the catch. You need money to do this. Which brings us back to rule number 2. If you don't have cash reserves, you can't average down, and you're just holding and praying like everyone else. When this strategy doesn't work, I'm not going to bullshit you and say this works every time, because I'm not a scam artist with a Discord group to sell you. This strategy fails when the company actually goes bankrupt. This is why we pick quality. You run out of money before the bottom. The asset never recovers because it was fundamentally garbage. You break your own rules and panic sell anyway. If any of these happen, you're cooked. That's why the planning phase is so critical. Look, trading without stop losses while averaging down through massive drawdowns isn't for everyone. If you need to sleep at night without nightmares about your portfolio, maybe stick with index funds and chill. But if you can handle the emotional roller coaster, if you can stick to a plan when everything looks like it's going to hell, and if you can keep cash reserves like a responsible adult, this strategy can turn disasters into opportunities. The market doesn't reward panic. It rewards patience and planning. While everyone else is selling in fear, you're buying the dip. While they're buying back in at the top, you're already up 30%. Just promise me one thing. Make a plan before the crash, not during. Write it down. Follow it. And for the love of God, don't do this with your rent money. Now get out there and stop being afraid of red numbers like they're going to physically attack you. They're just numbers. You're smarter than this. Or at least I hope you are. Like and subscribe. And drop a comment telling me I'm an idiot. I will read them all while laughing at my gains. If you want something clear to follow, there's a $1 guide pinned in the comments or bio.